Fox News alert. Call it a partial victory for the primetime team and for America. Just moments ago, the Napa County DA was forced to release Paul Pelosi's mugshot from the night Nancy was out of town when he got popped for drunk driving. Today was the deadline for our FOIA request, and voila, there it is. Pretty close to the sketch we commissioned. Pretty close. Crooked politicians and political appointees in California spent more than 2 weeks trying to keep this photo from going public. Why? Was it really that bad? Pretty handsome for a drunk 82-year-old. Initially, Napa County claimed this would jeopardize the investigation. Did it jeopardize? Of course not. They were just trying to protect the most powerful Democrat in California, Nancy Pelosi, and the most powerful woman in America. Sorry, Kamala. It's worth noting they sent this to all the other media outlets before Fox, even though we were the only network that asked for it. So they're bitter. Now, I know what you're thinking. This isn't about politics. This is about fairness. We just want to know what happened. And we're entitled to the same information they would release about any other DUI arrest, like someone who's not married to California royalty. The DA is still stonewalling, though, on the dash cam, the body cam, and the drunk tank cam. But we're not going to give up, because there are valid questions that have to be answered for the American people, of course. Like, what was Paulie P. doing out so late when Nancy was out of town? Was he alone in the car? What did he say to the cops when they arrived on the scene? Did he try to slip them 100? Was he able to walk in a straight line, touch his nose, hop on one leg? Did Bubba cuddle up with him on the floor of the drunk tank while he was working off his hangover? We need to see all of it. Now, some of you might be thinking, come on, Waters, let it go already. You sound like Rachel Maddow with Trump's tax returns. But we can't let this go, and here's why. You can never underestimate the power of liberal privilege. When Democrats do bad things, you only hear about it for a day. Then the machine kicks into high gear. The story goes down the memory hole. Nobody covers it, and there are no consequences. No accountability, as long as you voted for Joe Biden or any other Democrat. Think about it. Whatever happened to the Subway City shooter who set off those smoke bombs and shot people up on a train? He was a Democrat. Explains why we don't hear much about him anymore. Or the black nationalist who mowed down a Christmas parade. They blamed it on the SUV, remember? And we never heard another word about it. Or the Louis Farrakhan follower who murdered a cop outside the Capitol. Nothing about him during the last week hearing on security at Capitol Hill. The same thing is happening right now with this nutcase who tried to kill Kavanaugh. Joe Biden hasn't even mentioned that story at all. The biggest story in the country for days, and the president of the United States says nothing because Schumer endorsed the guy. Of course he wants it to go away. The Democratic machine hates the truth. We believe the truth will set you free. And that's exactly why we won't give up until we see the rest of the video from that night, so we can know what happened. That brings us to the DA, Allison Haley. She's still saying that releasing the dash camera video would compromise the investigation. When we asked why, she couldn't give us an answer. Maybe she'll explain it to you, because she doesn't want to deal with primetime. Here's the info from her website. And what about the California Highway Patrol? They've sent us several letters confirming these materials exist, and they have them in custody. But they're too chicken to release them? They're afraid of Allie, the DA, apparently. The head of the California Highway Patrol is Amanda Ray. Maybe she'll talk to you. Here's her contact information. Doesn't like to talk to us. She was appointed by Newsom, so we know who she's loyal to. Speaking of Newsom, where's he on all this? We've asked him twice for comment. His office never got back to us. So he's in on this cover-up, too. And this conspiracy runs far and wide. It's not just the politicians and the media. The charity, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, seem to be in on it, too. They literally have one job: to stop drunk driving. And they usually don't get political. They actually condemned Obama's beer summit. Remember that? But when we called them expecting a statement, the moms ghosted us. No response. Probably because they've been busy taking pictures with Joe Biden. They're probably in on the cover-up too. This is the highest profile drunk driving arrest since, I don't know when. I don't know. And we've contacted them a dozen times beginning last week, and they don't seem to care. Paulie P., are you listening? If you want to throw a few back and drive home, the mothers against drunk driving are apparently okay with it. The American people are fed up, where Democrats can do whatever they want, the media buries it, and they get special treatment. And this works because the media never digs into these stories. Primetime's going to dig deep on every story that we suspect liberal privilege is at play.
'Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that